For centuries, humanity has sought to understand the origins of life. Did we evolve from a common ancestor, as the neo-Darwinian theory suggests, or does the evidence point elsewhere? The answer is more complex than most realize. Evolution, in its broadest sense, simply means change over time, something no one disputes. But the neo-Darwinian theory goes much further. It claims that all life forms evolved from a single primordial ancestor, through genetic mutations and natural selection. One argument for common ancestry is the similarity of DNA across all living organisms. This shared genetic code could suggest a single evolutionary lineage. However, it could also mean that God used a consistent design pattern when creating different life forms. But then comes the fossil record. Darwin himself admitted that his theory lacked evidence for transitional forms, organisms that bridge the gaps between species. He believed they would be discovered over time. But despite extensive fossil excavations, these forms remain largely absent. Instead of finding gradual transitions, paleontologists have unearthed distinct species that appear suddenly and remain unchanged. Consider the bat and the whale. If they share a common ancestor, where are the countless intermediate forms that would have existed between them? The absence of such fossils suggests they never existed. The fossil record, rather than supporting gradual evolution, reveals abrupt appearances and stasis, features more consistent with intelligent design than random mutation. But what about the mechanisms of evolution, genetic mutation, and natural selection? The idea is that random mutations create new features, and beneficial ones are passed down through generations. But is this process truly capable of producing the complexity of life we see today? Some scientists argue it is not. The process is simply too slow. In the Anthropic Cosmological Principle, Barrow and Tipler outline 10 key steps in human evolution, such as the development of an internal skeleton or the eye, each so statistically improbable that the sun would burn out before they could occur naturally. If evolution is this unlikely, why believe it happened by chance? Another challenge is irreducible complexity. Microbiologist Michael Behe highlights biological systems, like the blood clotting process and cellular structures called cilia, that require all their parts to function. They cannot evolve gradually. They must be fully formed from the start. And yet, Darwinian evolution provides no explanation for how such systems originated. So where does this leave us? The evidence for common ancestry is mixed. DNA similarities may suggest a shared origin, but the fossil record does not confirm it. Meanwhile, the mechanisms of evolution appear insufficient to explain the complexity of life. The Bible does not specify how God created biological complexity. Genesis 2 describes God breathing life into Adam, a poetic, symbolic account rather than a scientific explanation. Could God have used an evolutionary process beyond our understanding? Possibly. But the data suggests that blind, unguided evolution alone is not the answer. Psalm 19 verse 1 declares, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands." The intricate design we see in life, from the tiniest cell to the vast complexity of the human body, points to an intelligent creator. As scientific inquiry continues, one truth remains: life is no accident.